We are live. You never know, I tell you, it's technology, but we're live with Josi Reich and Julie Herman. Thank you.
Hi. Hello.
You know, you never know. It's like a Monday on a Friday when if technology is going to work. I feel like I start every FaceTime live wondering if my technology is going to work, but we're here. So, and you guys are all in a box together. So thank you. I'm so excited because this is like a new day, new beginning, new company. So, and yet I've known you guys for a long time. So, and here you are together. So tell me about your new company. Tell everybody, first of all, hold up a bag. Grab a bag behind you. I should have had you do that.
Yay,
so let's introduce everybody to the Salami Chip Company.
Our first original flavor. Hopefully, our plan is to roll out other flavors, soon as we get this one down pat.
Yes. And what is the flavor?
It's Genoa salami, which is an Italian salami. So, we're hoping to maybe do different meats like turkey, or we'll see where it takes us. We're working with somebody that makes all different kinds of sausages, and he's kind of experimenting with it. So we'll see what happens.
How did you come up with the idea? I mean, Julie, you've been catering and in the food industry for a long, long time. How did you, I mean, I'm guessing the idea wasn't so hard to come by, but.
So when we first started catering, there was no internet. And we went to somebody asked us for a tapas party, and we went to the Southfield Public Library. We sat on the floor in the cookbook section and looked up all different kinds of tapas.
Don't you miss those days though?
I do. I loved the Southfield Library, the Southfield Public, when I was a little girl.
Can I tell you, I should grab it and just show you. I'll show you offline, but I laid in bed last night. I bought a cookbook online, a cocktail cookbook, because I'm interviewing someone next week. And I laid in bed last night with just the light on, reading a cookbook. Wow. And it's a gorgeous cookbook. And there is just nothing like reading a cookbook.
I used to read cookbooks like novels. Now I just look online.
I know, but I do too. And it was just, it was like a treat last night. And I kept texting the person, she lives in New Jersey. I'm like, your cookbook is gorgeous. Yeah. That's so okay. So you're on the floor. I'm like jealous already, as you can see.
So it wasn't called salami chips. I can't remember what it was. It was something Spanish, I'm guessing. And this was in the early 90s, and meat and fat, and that was against the law. So it wasn't it was well taken for that night because it was expected, but it wasn't for everybody. And then about 10 years ago, when carbs became the enemy and meat became your friend again, and fat is brain food, we started doing this, and it became a huge hit. And so we just started talking about it, and we thought we need to make this a business. And Josie and I have been thinking of making a business together again, 100 different ways. Right. And so we finally talked about it, and we're doing it. And she's the yin to my yang.
Well, I love it because, I mean, you're right. We go through so many different food cycles of what you can eat, what you can't eat, what's good for you, we finally just have to go through the food cycle of everything in moderation, which really should be, but I love this idea because the truth is that it gives you the crunch that everybody misses when they take that crunch out. You want the crunch. I don't care what diet you're on. If you ask anybody, if it's salt, if it's, I got rid of salt, I got rid of the chips, I got rid of everybody wants to crunch. So, it's like, I miss a crunch. I go crunch on celery, and then people make fun of me. They're like, hey, you're basically crunching on water. Right. Great. So, you miss the crunch. And so I love this. But it's what I really want to talk to you guys about, it's hard to start a business. I mean, Josie, talk about I mean, don't sugarcoat it. It's hard to start a business.
Never.
I mean,
No, I don't sugarcoat anything. Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. That's what I've decided that I'm really good at, is creating and starting businesses. It's just getting to the end that I haven't really perfected, excuse me. So this is taking everything. You know, we have ourselves, we have 2 other partners, you know, we're the cooks, we're the, you know, packers, we're the everything under the sun, which you have to be. But lucky for us, we do have 4 of us. People who start businesses are by themselves, or they, you know, so we have the capabilities of making it happen because there are 4 of us, and we have a kitchen. Julie, you know, Annabelle's, you know, so we started out good. We
Right.
started a couple steps ahead. We didn't have to look for the kitchen. We do have to get, you know, the certifications, because they are different from the catering certifications, are different than packaging food certifications.
right.
Packaging food is federal.
Yeah. So we're,
And you're doing this, let's not kid ourselves, you're doing this in the middle of a pandemic, as I like to say, you know, like, and I mean, seriously, like, amazing for you guys.
For us, it was actually good. I know it's a terrible time, but it was a good time for us, because there wasn't a lot going on, and we could
in the catering.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we could really concentrate.
Which is sad, as we know, but
very sad.
It's sad, but it gave us this ability to get out and do it. We would have had, you know, oh my God, we would have had weddings and holiday parties, and oh my God, what would we have done, you know?
When we originally started doing this, we did meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays only. Right. And now we're every day.
Yeah. So what I love is that, you know, I love the business side of it. And I'm really excited because you've asked me to help you also do the PR and marketing. So we're just kicking that off. And I get so excited about a new company, and you know, it really is an exciting part of my day to talk about a new company, business people, entrepreneurs. It's really exciting for me, but that the part, it sounds crazy, that I get excited about is just not just the product, but you came up with the logo, you came up with the branding, which, you know, when I meet with someone, I always start with, let's do a branding exercise. Let's talk about the branding, because that's what people see. And, you know, when you go to your social media, right away, you see your packaging and your look. And so it's long before someone tastes it or dives into the bag, you see your packaging.
We're firm believers in sight before taste.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to look great.
In the catering business, you know, if we're not presenting in the best way that we can, it's sight before taste. If it doesn't look good, it's not going to necessarily taste as good as it should, because the presentation isn't there. So presentation is everything to us.
Right. Well, Julie, I had seen back like big pictures that you had done with sort of before you were even doing the product of the tapas, and sort of integrating this product, or the soon to be product, in your catering. So it really was part of what you were doing, and now it's sort of putting it in a bag. And
exactly.
You know, and I laugh because everybody thinks they're a caterer right now at home in the pandemic. If I see one more charcuterie, I'm as guilty, because when my kids were home for like 6 weeks, every night they're like, let's have cocktails in our charcuterie board. And I was like, I'm like, how many charcuterie boards can I make? You know, but I don't know where those trips were, you know, where were you, like, you know, back in March?
Those were
in development.
Right. You could have gotten them back in March from Annabelle's, but now Annabelle's has to buy them from us.
Well, that's a good point. How do we get the product?
So we're online.
Josi, it wasn't supposed to be a stump question.
No, it wasn't that. Sometimes I talk too much, so I like to give Julie the floor. I just want to make sure
one ever
she gets equal time.
And no one has ever said that I don't talk enough. So
We're equal time here.
Right.
Exactly. So we're the salamichipco.com. You can order. We are going to have gift bags coming out on Monday.
Oh, great.
And so people can buy that, or they can buy just a bag or a bag of 3 or whatever they want to buy.
We're going to have 3 different tiers. We have a $50, a $75, and a $100 bag, and they're going to come with different goodies in them. So we're going to have, you know, our jams and our mustards. We're going to add some pickles and some cheeses to the higher, you know, to the $75 and $100 ones.
All
That's
Michigan made.
Yeah.
All Michigan made. And then because it's you're ordering online, you can ship it to out of Michigan. Can you ship it
Anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's fantastic. And so I say this to everybody right now. I'll say it for you. Order early, because shipping right now is, I don't care. I love to say it's in your hands. It is not in your hands. It is,
No.
it's just a crazy time. I know I shipped something this last Monday and they still haven't gotten it. And it's,
Yeah, we have that same problem.
Right.
you know, it's
Somebody like ordered weeks and weeks ago, and we sent it out last, you know, we already sent it out, and now they can't find it. Now we got to go back. We got to look at
right.
it. So
And I don't, I say, like, you know, I don't want people to get frustrated again with small businesses and things like that. But, you know, so this is not the year to decide, like on December 24th, you forgot to ship something.
No, it's not.
This is not the year to act like me and go, oh yeah.
Right.
But I'm gonna actually do that on Monday because my kids all wanted to try them. So it's a great, you know, Hanukkah's next week, and it's just, you know, you never know what to get people. And I love to send foods. I love to send Michigan foods. And I think that people, you know, who are watching, who are from Michigan, this is a great new product. I mean, we're always trying to think, like, what can I send someone, or what's different? And it's hard to find things that are different or new. Here we go. Here's the new. We finally have something new.
We dropped off an order of chips, and the customer wrote back and said, "This is so great. We're doing a made in Michigan gift exchange." You know, so that was part of what she was doing. So I thought it was great to be included in that.
I love that. You know, it's funny. I used to travel to Israel a lot when my kids were really young. I always used to bring Saunders, you know, because it was iconic and it was Michigan and things like that. And I think that people love the Michigan, you know, to support Michigan, to support local, to support.
There's such a huge history of our food,
yeah.
Food. Like La Choy is from Detroit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, there's so many. We've done Michigan themed parties, and so I've had to research history.
Yeah.
And there's so many hilarious, fun things, like Faygo Red Pop was made after it was made by these 2 bakers, and they made the Red Pop taste like their strawberry frosting.
Yes, I did. I remember that story. I mean, I knew a lot about Faygo. I remember when there was a Faygo book that I had to promote, and I remember reading a lot about Faygo. And it's so funny because I'm from the west side of the state, so like I was supposed to know all this stuff. I'm like, I didn't really grow up on Faygo or Verner's from Grand Rapids, but I like to pretend I knew. But I think that's great. Now we can add this as a Michigan born and raised product.
Yes.
And your first go around, people, I mean, I love that people are starting to get the product now. I saw a lot of people online, you know, holding it up. And so I'd like to say that as people go and order it, hold it up, post that you have it, because that really helps promote a new business.
It does. And we appreciate everybody who has done that.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's how, you know, or organically, people forget that it's a great way to start a business. I mean, you know, people don't start new businesses with tons and tons of money. It's ground zero.
Well, we have a great advisor, and he has really, like, we wouldn't have known, you know, we've been in business, like I said before, we don't know how to take it to the next level, and we are going to take this to the next level. So there's so many things that kind of we have to let go of. Fear, a big one, you know, debt, another one, right? So
Sure.
how do we get there? And so what he suggested was doing this pre-order campaign. And it was the most brilliant thing for us, because we collected the money and then we were able to go purchase the stuff instead of purchasing the stuff and hoping that somebody was going to buy it.
Exactly.
So it was literally brilliant for us. We couldn't have come up with that, and we're grateful to our friend Wheaton, who just every day comes through for us and is definitely part of our team.
Well, and I think that, you know, when you come up with products like this, there's a normal sort of thing that you would do. Like, as someone who helps with PR and marketing, I would have said, well, you're going to go to food shows and you're going to showcase the food shows. Well, guess what? As we know, there's no food shows right now.
Right.
You can't do this. So there's just different, I mean, we all have to think differently. And what, you know, we were just talking about getting your product into the hands of food bloggers and influencers, because we have to do things differently now. And so,
yeah, I mean, we were planning on going, you know, to the small grocery stores and doing tastings. You know, we thought for sure the product's going to fly off the shelf that way. So now it's another challenge, is how to, when we're ready, and we will be in the next week or two, to get into those grocery stores and figure out how we're going to sell our product to people who don't know us.
Right. And it's the same thing with even the farmers markets, because, you know, it used to be the same thing. I would say, oh, you'll do the farmers markets. Well, you're not standing there with an open cup. Even with gloves on. It's just a different, just a different world. And you know, the truth is that the good news is that you're taking the appropriate time and thinking about these steps that you need, but yet you're going. And you're enthusiastic.
So involved. And then, you know, it's the business end, and then there's the production end, and it's the financial end. And it's, you know, the creative end we've got.
Yeah.
That's the fun part for us. It's those.
Well, and I think there's an endless, the good news is that I was just telling my kids about it, and, you know, they were like, are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? And I'm like, you know, so I think there's an endless food end to it, of taste. So, I mean, the truth is that it's going to take off, and people are going to say, are you doing? And I think that I even saw that initially on some of your posts, that people were asking, what's the next flavor, or what's the next?
Well, people definitely want beef. And so beef is just a little bit of a challenge, because it comes out more like a jerky, because it's more chewier. We have to make it crunchy. We have to make it crunchy. So we have to create that product with the beef ourselves. We can't test it off the shelves. It doesn't exist. So that's what we will be doing. You know, it's one of our goals.
You have to get some taste testers in there.
I'm sure we can
you for sure.
I'm available. Well, so again, tell everyone where to find you. Julie. Here, I'll help.
We are www.thesalamicipco.com. Our phone number, 313-744-5667. Finally remembered it by heart.
It's a new phone number.
It's like who remembers phone numbers?
Phone numbers,
exactly.
They're programmed in, or you know, I don't even know my phone number. And you're on social media too, so that that's the best part. People can find you in multiple places.
Twitter, Instagram.
Definitely
Facebook.
go online, check out the Salami Chipco.com and order. Check out the gifty items come Monday, you said? Oh, I'm so excited. It'll be lots of fun. And I can't wait to start working with you guys. We got some great media coming up. So, you know, my social media will be filled, and everybody will be like, oh, you have a new client? I said, yes, I do. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for you guys. I love a new company. I love to see something new, you know, I love to see new people starting something. It's like watching dreams come true. So it's really a pleasure to be starting to work with you guys. I've known you a long time. It's really fun. It's fun. So
so much.
We appreciate you, Sari.
thank you so much for hanging out today, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. You be well. Happy
Thanks,
Hanukkah.
everybody.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.